Well, I'm gonna start getting into some readings of Hegel. Well, mostly in his Phenomenology of Spirit or Phenomenology of Mind. I can't sit out here with this awesome snake here without this going on. The dog is chewing on a bone. Kind of a gloomy day out here today. They're building a barn there, or building a barn or something over there. Anyway, I'm gonna start with, I've looked through this whole book, kind of, but I want to discuss a lot of the propositions in it. First, I want to start with the first part called consciousness, and specifically the one called sense certainty, or the this and meaning. There's mosquitoes in here. In the ninth proposition, it says the knowledge or knowing which is at the start, or is immediately our object, cannot be anything else but immediate knowledge itself, a knowledge of the immediate, or what simply is. There's a little smudge on you. Our approach to the object must also be immediate or receptive. We must alter nothing in the object as it presents itself. In apprehending it, we must refrain from trying to comprehend it. This is the discussion I want to get into. In the 90th proposition, what Hegel's talking about, it's a short part. He's talking about mostly when things come to us in our at hand, or in our at hand, things beyond our field of perception. When things come to us, we have to take it as it is what's basically being said here. We have to try to apprehend it and take it as it simply is, in its entirety, as it is. If I'm looking at this bush here, I have to take it as it entirely is, and I have to apprehend it without comprehending it. Now, what's being suggested here is that when something is processed, or not necessarily processed, but comprehended and taken in and digested, and taken it for how I'm seeing it, and trying to comprehend it beyond how it actually is. Can you stop, please, Days? I can't do anything without her coming around. She loves me. Anyway, I think what's being suggested by Hegel here is that if we take something beyond its entirety and try to digest it and comprehend it and take it in its immediate perception, we have to take it in its immediate perception without trying to comprehend it. And what's being suggested even further here is that if we're trying to comprehend something, if we're trying to comprehend it and digest it, we are going to distort the perception beyond its immediate perception, beyond its entirety. We're going to distort it beyond how it actually originally appeared. Now, I've had opinions about this certain proposition, because I think it's debatable about whether, if we take something in and digest it and comprehend it and try to understand it the way I can understand it based on my paradigm, my cogito of consciousness, that's a bad word. I shouldn't use that. I shouldn't use it. I'm sorry. If we try to take it beyond how it actually appears in immediate perception, then it's going to be different. Our understanding of it is going to be different from the way it actually is. And I think this is true to a large extent. I think it's quite true. Because, I've discussed how a person's consciousness is distorted. And it's not distorted, but it's like I have my perception, you have yours. We all have our different perceptions. We all have different paradigms of how we want to see things, and I've also talked about how metaphysical realities are different, and how we might not be taking them as they actually are, and that's probably because our consciousness distorts them because we don't have much control over that. But what control we do have over it, we have to look at it as it immediately appears to us. And it's my personal opinion that the consciousness is immediately going to distort it some from its actual metaphysical reality, and the metaphysical reality between its at-handedness, my at-handness of it, and its actual metaphysical ontological reality is going to be very different. But yeah, so I think this is very true. And I think we should try to get beyond our paradigm of consciousness to understand things. Well, he says not to even comprehend it, but I think it's probably a very good idea to try and do that, even though our consciousness is going to distort it firsthand. But anyway, I think that's a pretty good way to think about it. And I think it's a good way to think about consciousness, because our consciousness in our brain or in our mind is going to mess things up for us, because it's going to mess things up for us further than it has to be.